Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of My Garage Roleplay. Alright, so as you guys can see, Lars gave us a little bit of a ride this morning to come and fetch our little Lad Coupe. And yeah, I can hear aeroplanes over here as well, but that's fine. So yeah, we're just gonna have a quick look around this pickup truck of his. It's a beautiful machine indeed. Yeah, he's got even some custom decals on the valve covers there. So that is definitely looking very sharp, and he also told me to have a look at the tailgate. So there we've got the same logo over there. So yeah, that is definitely looking very snazzy. Alright, so yeah, moving on to his little shop he's got over here. So he's got his shop sign out here, and then pretty much here we have our newly improved Lad Coupe. So there's been a lot of decals applied to this, as you guys can see. It is pretty much all of the sponsors that we currently have is S5, as well as Gremlin Custom, and also Lars's logo is on the car, and then we've got a couple of generic logos here and there, but I must say he did an absolutely amazing job with this decal work. So yeah, we did go for the black hood, which is a little bit of a satin black. It's not really a matte black, but it's a satin black. So that just separates it a little bit. And I still want to get maybe another set of fog lights for this, for rally purposes. And we also got the tinted taillights on this now. So that has been done. And then, yes, we've got Runus' car also over here. So Runus did manage to get it over to Lars. And yeah, I think Lars will probably knock this one out of the park today. So we'll see. But yes, we can pretty much hop into our little car over here and head back home. Because, yeah, we've got a customer waiting for us. So not really a customer, but they dropped their vehicle off. So it is in fact the sheriff. He actually had the Unit 1 that we built dropped off at our house because it has been in a little bit of an accident. So we need to start taking parts off of that. And I believe also Tom said he did paint the Mercedes now in red. So that should have been painted by now. So yeah, we are gonna head back home and I will catch up with you guys once we get there. Alright, so I just thought I'd bring you guys back up to speed quickly because I just wanted to show that the shop actually started putting a little bit of a wall around them. They say it's for security purposes, and also they've got a little bit of open space which they plan to rent out eventually, so we'll come and have a look at some point once we have got some business at the shop again. But yes, those walls are still a work in progress. And as we can see, Tom also did paint the Mercedes Wolf wagon in red, so that has been repainted. Tom told me that the client had some other requests as well, which we will need to help him out with. So yeah, but I'm gonna make my way over to the house, and then yeah, we'll see what this job is going to entail with the damage on the police car. So I will catch you guys when we get there. Alright, and we have arrived. So you guys will notice that my carport is pretty much done now. And the electrician also did some light installations for us so that we are not left in the dark. Because if you switch the lights off, let's open this door. So if I turn the lights off, it's a little bit dark under here, so I think those lights actually just help out a little bit. And just like that, we've got enough light. So our Firebird is parked up in here. And there's our little NIF truck still. I didn't move it since the last episode, so that is still parked there. But I do have to show you guys my newly built tire rack and rim shelf. So yeah, I went to the hardware store and I bought a little bit of lumber. And yeah, I had it delivered, just in case you were wondering. So yeah, we pretty much just built this little rack, and I think all the wheels and tires fit on here very nicely. And we've also got a little bit of a shelf for some loose rims like we have down here. So yeah, we've got quite a collection of wheels and tires on this shelf. And then pretty much the rest of the garage is quite clean. So I think in terms of home improvements, we are done for the moment. I don't think there's anything else I would really like to do as such to the house at the moment. We will see. I might change my mind further down the line, but at the moment I am happy with the way things are. Alright, so I'm just going to pull my little coupe in the garage, because I definitely want to enter this car into a little bit of a race at some point, so that you guys can see how bad of a driver I am, or how good of a driver I could be. Either one. But yes, let's just take another nice look at this car of ours. So we've got our spacers on the wheels, which actually helps out quite a lot. And I was actually thinking of taking the spotlights of the NIF truck over here and putting them on the car. So maybe that's something we can do quickly. So let me just grab a wrench from the table over here. Let's see if we can unbolt these. Because, yeah, let's have a look. You can always order the correct ones, because these ones have got the chrome rings around the edge. So I would prefer to get the same ones as the ones we have on. So I'm just doing this to test it out quickly. See what it looks like. Alright, there we go. Luckily it didn't break. Alright, so let's have a look here. Oh, come on. And we've got some stickers down there that looks like spotlights. Unfortunately, those don't work. Alright, I think that actually looks very good. Let's get a little bit of a wider look at this. So let me just take that off. Alright, so where are you going, car? Stop right there. So let's have a little bit of a nice look at this thing. Alright, so give me some comments down below. Do you guys think we should go with the 4 spotlights on this? Because I know it's going to be more classified as a rally car. Because I had the argument the other day that a race car is not really a rally car. It's not the same thing. But if you think about it, you get different type of races. So this is a mostly tuned for street at the moment. But once we change the tires on it, maybe raise the suspension a bit, it'll be fit for rally. So yeah, there we have it. We've got our little Lad Coupe over here, which has been tuned, I shall call it that. And I think it's going to be a very nice little car for us to do some races in. And fortunately, if we do end up damaging it, we can get it repaired very cheaply. As we saw, we just got a shell from the junkyard for $2,000 to repair Runus's car with. So I'm not too concerned about when we get damage on this car. It's just the paint work that's going to have to be done again, if that is ever the case. But we'll try and take care of it and not damage it too much. Alright, so let's move over to the vehicle that we need to work on. So pretty much this is unit 1 that we built for the sheriff a while ago. So as you can see, there has been a little bit of a front end collision on the right hand side. So the hood still opens, but this hinge is completely broken off on this side. And we've got a couple of panels we'll need to either try and bang straight, or we're going to have to cut them off and replace them. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get into this and see what parts we need to take off. So I think luckily we do have some wheels laying around for this that will fit on the car. And we've still got that 1.8 liter turbo engine. Still runs like a dream. Alright, so let's just get this into the garage. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking parts off and see what we'll need to replace and what we can try and, you know, straighten out a bit. So I think let's get this hood off first. So let's grab our toolbox over here. Yes, there we go. Right, I don't know why I took the long way around the NIF truck, but yes, we are gonna get into this thing and start taking off some of these bits. So first of all, I'm gonna start with this bumper, which is pretty badly mangled actually. And then we will start working on the hood. Alright, so we've got 2 bolts on this side we can take out. Alright, so that is off. Alright, now I also remember in the last episode somebody mentioned I forgot to tighten the bolts on the suspension and the drive shaft of the Lad Coupe. So I did go ahead and do that off camera before I brought you guys in at the beginning of this episode. So that has been tightened. And I will show it to you guys once we go and collect the car for Rinus in the next episode, because he did ask me to pick it up and yeah, get it back to my house. Then he will organize transport for it from here. So we will definitely see that car in the next episode again, and I will show you guys that I did in fact go and tighten up those parts that you guys mentioned was loose. So you know who you are. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Alright, it looks like the radiator was undamaged, which is a good sign. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do next is see if we can get our battery taken out, because it's been pushed in a little bit over here. But the battery seems to have survived miraculously. So we will put that on the table over there, and then I think what I'm gonna need next is pretty much the angle grinder, because I'm just going to cut this front panel off with all the bits attached to it, and then hopefully we can start digging into this under the suspension and see what went wrong there. Alright, I think this panel, yes, there it goes. Alright, so that has been removed. And I did speak to Uncle Richie about that big green bin that they have in their shop, if they are using it as much, and he told me no, we can go and pick it up at some point once we have a little bit of time on our hands, and we are going that way. So we will definitely have a look at going to fetch that, because I think that's going to help us out a lot. I'm just not too sure where I can put that green dumpster. I was thinking maybe here next to the house, so that we can just put all of our trash in there, or maybe even inside the garage here somewhere, but I'll see. I'll still decide. Alright, so what I want to do now is the floor jack. I want to see if I can lift that front end up so that we can see what's cooking on this side. So I think if I just put it under here, we should be able to lift it up. Alright, let's get this hubcap off, because I think we've got a little bit of damaged suspension parts here as well. Oh, absolutely, we've got a trashed wheel. Yeah, that is definitely not round anymore. So we are just going to put that down there. And let's have a look here. We've got a very bad upper control arm, which we'll need to replace. So once again, I will put the parts that I need to order on the table over here, Let me maybe move the battery. Do I have space on the shelf? Yes, we do. Let's put it over there. And we've got once again another airplane coming over. Anyway, let's carry on. So I'm not too sure if there was any damage on the driver's side. It doesn't look like it. Everything looks kind of straight over there. So we can go ahead and maybe take off this tie rod. That looks like the only part that is really banged up. So we'll need to get that as well. And then what we can do is we can see if we can get this quarter panel cut off, and then I think maybe we can jump into the little NIF truck and go and see what they've got at the junkyard today, because I haven't been there again. So let's get this panel cut off. So I think if we can just do this corner section, we should be fine. Alright, so there we go. We've got that bit taken off. And we'll just put it over there. Alright, so that pretty much looks like the only damage we do have. I can just quickly have a look and see if there are any bent suspension parts down here. The firewall looks good. Don't have any problems with the doors. I don't even think the glass broke in the door. Yes, that is still intact. Does the window winder still work? Yes, it does, so that is perfect. I just maybe have to relocate these battery wires quickly. So what I'll do is we'll just loosen it up. So let's go start on this side. See if we can get this relocated a little bit. Alright, let's get that there. Alright, so I don't think there was too many problems with this car, at least. So I'm not too sure if we are gonna have... I think we've got black paint. I think I did order some the other day because I thought I was gonna paint the wheels on Runus' car black, but then I ended up going with wheels that were already painted. So yes, we do have black paint. Alright, so I think what we can do now is see if we can head over to the junkyard and pick up some parts. So I just want to close up here, and I might actually have to take the trailer with if I'm going to find a hood. I'm not too sure. So let me take the box trailer with. So I'm going to just pull this trailer forward and see if we can get that small trailer of ours out, because I think it has been a moment since we actually used this trailer on the channel on camera. So we're gonna get it connected up to our little NIF truck over here, and we're gonna go and see what is happening. Alright. Alright, so that is the trailer connected. So what I was thinking of, maybe I should take my toolbox with me this time to the junkyard, because we might actually need the angle grinder to cut parts off of the car if we need the, if we find the correct ones. So I think let's go ahead and slap that in the back over here. I don't want everything to fall out, so let's just try and put it upright like that, or slightly towards the back. Okay, so yeah, we are going to jump into our little truck over here, and we're gonna head off to the junkyard. And once again, I think I'll catch up to you guys once we get there. Let me just close the doors on the house as well. I don't know if I opened this back door yet this morning. No, I did not. Alright, so let's get this closed up, and then we can be off. Alright, so here we go. Let's head off. Alright, and we are safely at the junkyard, and I must say, the rain that we had the other day helped a little bit with the dirt road so that it's not so dry and makes a lot of dust, so our car is still kind of clean. But yes, we are going to have a look around, and let's quickly say hello to Ray again.
Don't drink and drive, bicycle. Old man knows.
Okay, that's some good advice. Thanks, Ray. Alright, so yeah, we are gonna see if we can find some parts for the Lad. So I don't think there's anything loose laying around that I can see straight off the bat. Oh, what is this? That's a fender of a very classic car by the looks of it. Looks like an old Impala fender. Yeah, you never know what you will find in a junkyard like this. Alright, that's for a BMW by the looks of it. Alright, but we are here for some... Yeah, we are here for some parts for the Lad sedan. So they do have this one, which I had a look at the other day, very briefly. So it's got pretty much a very straight front end, but it's a little bit of a different front end. So I'm not too sure if that is something that the sheriff will be interested in. So what I think I might have to do is check with him if it's going to be okay if we do a little bit of a nose swap, because obviously this one doesn't have the nose piece on anymore, and neither does this one, because this is the one we actually cut off for our car that we were repairing the other day for Runus. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think let's maybe have a look at this hood at least, and the fender. I don't know which fender is the better one over here, because we're looking for a passenger side fender. So this one has got quite a bit of rust over here, and also this panel looks kind of straight, so we might come and cut this off, and then the hood with the front nose panel over here. I'm not too sure if we can use this panel, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab my tools, and before I come back in, I'll give the sheriff a little bit of a call, and I'll just explain to him the situation with the parts that we have available. I think before I do that, let's have a look around and see if there aren't any front panels laying around here somewhere. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Got a bunch of parts. No. No, I don't think we're gonna find something. Alright, anyway, so let's go and give the sheriff a call, and then I will be right back once I get my tools and everything. So yeah, let's me do this quickly. Alright, so I had a chat with the sheriff, and he is quite happy with the other front end. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because he said chances are it might just get banged up anyway, so let's just take what we can get for now for as cheap as possible. And then that'll be pretty much a little bit of a mix match of a car, because we are going to have a little bit of a different front end on the car to what it's supposed to have, but that is fine as long as it fits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the, well, take off the hood first, and we'll just set that one side. I think let's put it against the little NIF over here, and then once we have everything together, we can go and check out with Ray. Yes, this fender is a little bit more rusty. Alright, so let's get our angle grinder over here and come and cut this panel off. I might have to cut it from here. And I think the front bumper should also come with this. Right, I'm just struggling to see this last bit of welding. There it is. Alright, so let that pop off. There we go. So this is also a part we are going to take with us. We might have to get some headlights. I think these take the same headlights as a NIF pickup or a NIF truck or a NIF Neva like this. So we might have to get new headlights and a blinker, but that's fine, that's not too bad. Alright, so what we're going to need next is pretty much a fender and also that panel where the fender mounts to, the inner fender panel. So we can also quickly have a look and see if we've got a tie rod as well as a upper control arm for the passenger side. Oh, would you look at that? So we've got a upper control arm here, which I might have to take the wheel off. So let's do that. Alright, let's take this off and that off. Did I get it? There we go. Alright, so we are definitely taking this part with us. Alright, so let me set that down over here. And then I think, what did I want to do next? Alright, so I still had to find a tie rod, so let me check quickly. I don't think there's any tie rods on this. No, there's nothing. Alright, let me check the other car. I don't think there's anything on here either. Nope, nothing over there. Let's check this one. Alright, they've got a good steering rack on this one, but yep, no tie rods. Alright, so it looks like we can probably go by the shop and buy a new one of those at least. Because I'm really trying hard to get all of the parts we need from here, but if it cannot, then that is what it is. Alright, so we are going to grab our angle grinder again. I think that panel should come off with the fender. So let's go ahead and dive into this and just get it cut off. Pretty much 2 cuts over there. And that should come off. Alright, perfect. Let me go and put the grinder back. And then I will quickly have a chat with Ray. And check with him what all of these parts are going to cost. So we are taking the front panel, the front right inner panel with the fender as well as the hood and a upper control arm. So that is quite a bit of parts, and that should set us all the way, in the positive with our budget that we have to fix this car up with. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a chat with Ray quickly and see what kind of deal we can get on all of these parts. So yeah, let me bring you guys back up to speed once I've got everything sorted out. Alright, and we are back. So I'm just going to load up all of the parts. So we did get the front panel with the bumper and the grille. So that is ours, as well as the front right panel, which is a little bit of rusty on the fender, but that is fine. We will sort that out either with an angle grinder or a sandblaster. We've got our sandblaster at home, we just don't have sand for it, but that is fine. So I'm just going to load up the parts that we got here now. We've got our hood. Just think on how I'm going to put this thing in the back of the trailer. I think this should do. We'll just set it down over there. And then I've got the control arm in the back of the pickup over there already. So I carried that out last. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we are going to head back to the house, drop the trailer off. And then we will pretty much see if we can get all of these parts installed, and then we can probably go to the shop quickly It's getting a little bit late. It's like 2 p.m. so we might be able to get this job done. Alright, so we are gonna head back home and I will catch up to you guys once we get there safely. Alright, there we are. So we've got 2 bags of sand, a brand new tie rod, and then in my backpack over here I've got the rest of the headlights and some light bulbs, as well as 2 new blinkers for the lad. So we will be able to get everything assembled hopefully. So we are gonna head back home and see if we can get this job knocked out of the park. So they have changed the whole system here now, so we have to park outside if we have a trailer, but if we have a car we can pull into the actual building structure. So yeah, we will see what the development is going to be here eventually. Quite excited to see what they come up with. But yeah, we will catch up to you guys once we get back home. Alright, we are home safely. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this low bumper we've got on the NIV with the suspension setup. So we might have to get a little bit of a raised suspension for this at some point, and some bigger wheels and tires. So that is definitely the plan for this little NIV truck of ours very soon. So we'll see in the next episode. Maybe we'll do a little bit of work on this. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is bring my toolbox back in, because I think we have got all the parts we need. Let me actually put it here by the car, because I think we should be able to get this thing going again quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna carry all of the parts in one by one and put them straight onto the car. So we'll grab this panel first. Okay, let's grab the hood first. Alright, and then we'll lean in for this panel, get this one, because I think this can go straight onto the car. Might have to take the fender off again, but we'll do that. Alright, so let me get that welded up. So where's my welding machine? Ah, there it is, and it's already got an electrode on it as well, so that is good to go. Alright, so let's weld this up. Over there and over there. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just hoping. Now, why am I taking the electrode off? Let me just get that back on. Alright, so I'm just hoping that the front panel will line up with these fenders, because it's on of a different car. So I guess we'll find out in a second over here as we try and put this panel on the car. Luckily there's no rust on this panel, so this should work. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I can see the problem we have with this front panel, so we might have to get a proper one, but that is fine. We can assemble it like this. Let's just put it one side. Alright, so I think let me sort out the suspension work and also drop off these parts first, because obviously we've got a bunch of things in here. Alright, so we should be able to fix this by getting 2 different fenders for the car, because I think that's going to be the quickest way to fix this. So yeah, we're going to have to maybe go and pick up those 2 fenders in the next episode to finalize this job. So what I'll do is I'll remove both of these, then we will just get the correct fenders. Alright, so there's the one. And hopefully Ray will take it back and give us a little bit of money for this one if we take it over to him. We might have to sandblast the police emblem off, well, the police writing off of this. So I don't think that's allowed to be on in the junkyard. Alright, so what we're going to do now is get the upper control arm and the tie rod and see if we can get that onto the car. Because now I don't think we're going to have to do pretty much anything else other than getting the wheels on. Alright, so that is that, and we've got a bolt over there. And let's just grab our tie rod. Okay, so yeah. Alright, let's see. Tie rod is mounted. There we go. Alright, perfect. And let's just grab one of these wheels, as they are the same size. Let's get that fitted back on. Now, I didn't replace the hub. So maybe we should just go and get all of the parts, because I think I'm trying to do this in too much of a hurry actually. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, let me just loosen the caliper. There we go, there's the bolt. Alright, finally we've got the caliper off as well. So I'll just pop this on the shelf over here, and let's get that front panel welded on. Oh, did I grab the other wrench? Okay, that's fine. So let's get this panel on, and let's get this welded on over there and also here and over there. Right, so I think that is pretty much as far as we can go with this car, and it is starting to get a little bit late, so let me bring all the parts in quickly and put the trailer away. Alright, so we're gonna just put that down over there, and well, let's grab the trailer. That's a very bad time for somebody to try and phone me while I'm busy pushing a trailer. Alright, I'm coming. Let me just go and answer the phone. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so that was Tom. He actually invited me for dinner at the pub just up the road. So yeah, you know, he actually asked me a couple of times already. So what I've done is I've closed up the shop and switched the lights off and everything. So I was thinking I'm just going to use the NIF truck because it is already out and we don't have to go that far. I would have liked to take the Firebird out for a drive, but yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a mission to get everything taken out now. Alright, so let's get over to the pub for dinner, and yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go over there, and then once we are done there, I will bring you guys back up to speed, because yeah, it's gonna maybe be 2 hours for me, but it'll be in a flash of a couple of seconds for you guys, because I'm just gonna turn off the camera and then I'll start recording again once we are done here. So I think Tom said he is already here and sounded like he's having a little bit of fun. There's also some live music going on apparently. Alright, so here we are. Alright, so I'm going to go inside and have some dinner, and I will bring you guys back up to speed once we are done. Alrighty, we are gonna head back home. So yeah, Tom is still inside. He's said he's gonna have a couple more drinks or so, but we've gotta get back home. It's a little bit dark and it's a little bit late. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired also. Alright, here we go.